Did you know that alcoholism and drug addiction is the #1 medical problem in the United States of America today? It's also the #1 criminal justice problem in the United States today. 1/4 of all emergency room admissions, 1/3 of all suicides, and 1/2 of all crime in the United States today is drug or alcohol related. Every year in the United States and in Michigan, hundreds of thousands of people get out of jail. Within a year, 50% of those people go back to jail, and the overwhelming majority of those people who go back to jail is because of drugs and alcohol. The reality is that people go back to jail because they've gotten back into drugs and alcohol. Our goal is to cut that paradigm, to keep people not going back to what caused them to relapse in the first place. We believe that for a period of time after you get out of jail, after you get out of treatment, if you're with people of a like mind in a residential setting, there is a very, very good possibility that you'll have long-term sobriety and you won't relapse, you won't go back to jail. We require that people get a job and pay rent, and we require that people go to 6 or more AA meetings a week. They have to help do chores around the house, and they have to be involved in helping each other stay sober. The result of breaking this pattern of alcoholism and addiction is that we restore people to their proper roles of a good husband, a good father, a good citizen. They benefit, their family benefits, we all benefit.
We started in the spring of 2004 with the hopes of helping men that are getting out of drug rehabs and jails and other institutions with a safe place to come to start their walk of recovery. Some are doctors, some are lawyers, janitors, hospital employees. Some of them have been kicked out of their homes by their families, completely destroyed relationships. Some of these guys have been hooked on heroin, crack cocaine, methamphetamines, crystal meth, alcohol, marijuana. The common denominator is always the same: addiction to drugs and alcohol. By the time they get into transitional housing, they have nowhere else to go. They need a place where they can come into, it's safe, and they can talk to one another about their addiction and their possibility of recovery. These men need to be among one another so that they can talk and they can share their experiences. It's obvious that without transitional housing, some of these men would be back in their old neighborhoods, staying with some of their old friends, and going right back to the same old thing that they did before, using drugs, stealing, and creating chaos in their lives and their families' lives.
The thought of the notion you're going to be up every morning at 7 o'clock, your bed is going to be made immediately, you're going to go do a morning chore, you're going to go look for work. This is nothing new. This is not. This isn't rocket science, and it's been going on for 40+ years. And these people come into a house where everybody's doing the rules, the routine. You know, that's the thing. It's a new routine. You know, dominantly though, to come out of a treatment facility, you go back to the same old neighborhood, the same old friends. What you wind up with inevitably is the same old attitude, the same old concepts and notions. It leads to the same behavior, leads to the same old drinking, and back to the same old hospitals, the same old doctors, the same old judges. It's just a vicious cycle.